all of them. FBI does it. Homeland Security does it. Secret Service does it. They all
And plus,
to get
Trump,
more women to law
Trump has a problem getting women, so it's a better look for him, right?
I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't purposely put some females on his Secret Service detail. The president does get to choose that type of stuff, so I wouldn't be surprised if he did that more from like an inclusion standpoint, because optics are very important to politicians. So like to show you guys, right, the GS scale. I'll go ahead and pull it up on my screen real fast for you ninjas. We'll go into a little quick thing of how you get paid by the feds. Well, if my Google, that is. Fuck it's OPM. Okay, so the way it goes is, right, you go, let's go with, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, right? The thing. So most agents get hired. This is the scale right here, right, guys, right? Most agents get hired somewhere between a 7 or a 9. Typically, when you get hired as a 7, you got a bachelor's degree. If you get a 9, that's typically if you have some advanced degree, master's degree, whatever. So you can see our step 1 is $60,597, right? But you always get 25% added on as base salary, right? So $60,597 times 0.25 equals 15K. So you add 15,149 plus 60,597. So that's a starting salary of about $75,000 for an agent that comes in as a GS9. Or if you come in as a GS7, 25% add that on, right? And then every year that you work on, you go from 9 to 10 to 11, 12, 13, right? And every agency is differently. For FBI, for example, you get hired on as a 10. No matter what, you get hired as a 10. Other agencies, they might hire you on as a 7 or sometimes even a 5. But you get 25% of your base salary added to it, and that's called something called LEAP, Law Enforcement Availability Pay, right? Which is law, and that's given to all special agents. LEAP. So you get to take a card too.
Where was the majority of the incompetence? Was it them not clocking the roof? Was it them taking too long to neutralize the shooter? Was it not surveying the area? It was just a complete incompetence altogether?
Altogether, like not covering the roof, and then that's going to lead to other opportunities for the shooter. Like incompetence breeds, opportunity for an assassin like this. So yeah, all of it.
Could you see even some of the Trump supporters were able to clock him first? They were filming. They're like, "There's a gun! There's a gun!" Some people were able to. They even saw the guy. I think they saw him climbing up. They were able to see him before Secret Service. That seems absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. Because they were in the back and they saw him like, bear crawling up there. So, and they said, hey. But obviously, right, like I said before, they were telling the police this. We don't know exactly who they were telling this, if it was a police officer or a Secret Service agent, but the police a lot of times are going to be like, well, is this a credible threat? What guys yelling? Because remember, at these rallies, people say stupid shit all the time. So who knows? But obviously, after it happened, the shots were fired and then they retaliated pretty quickly. But, luckily, Trump wasn't killed.
Yeah, very light. It became inches close.
Yeah, dude.
Inches close. What about Zherka? What do you think about the responses to everybody? Did you see Elon respond? Did you see Jeff Bezos, Destiny, all the streamers responded? What's your overall take on the response? Did you expect this?
Yeah, I mean, Trump won. Like, he won, and he didn't even need this to win, but 100% landslide. I'm thinking like the responses if his head did get blown off. You're right. They'd be making TikTok dances. We forget how evil this side is, man. Like, our evil isn't in foreign countries. It's like right here.
It's really insane though. Their ideas of evil are, racist comments or so-called comments. But when it comes to wishing death or, publicly making dances about bullets going to the former president's brain, that's where they don't think that's evil. But they think a one racist, something that they call misogynistic, is literally worse than wishing death on someone and their entire family. The metrics of evil have been exposed.
Anyone else feel like that this is the start of the Civil War?
No, I don't think so. Well, I mean, what's very telling is that here in Miami right now, if the bullet went a little bit to the right and it really damaged Trump, right now we would hear something outside. Right now, I think that people would be taken to the streets.
No, but when you look at did you see the response of the Trump supporters against the media where they're spazzing at the media's face? Yeah, you're going to see a lot more of that, and you're going to see like riots now, for sure, 100%. Because Americans are already fed up, but now it seems like Yeah, it is a scary place where it's like now anything they do is kind of like, hey, you guys shot first, you know?
Myron, what do you think? I don't think it's going to get as bad as it should. Like, I'm not saying it should be bad, but I don't think that we're really going to see that amount of protests. I think Trump's going to bounce back well. I think he did a good job of, showing a moment of strength so people aren't worried at all. And if he didn't show that moment of strength, I think that they're more concerned. But I don't think there's going to be more people at the rallies for sure.
No, but
Right.
the energy is shifting. The energy now is fight, fight, fight. And this is the most emotionally charged the Americans have been in ever, really, right? So we're going to see a lot of crazy at these events.
Well, if it's war, then what retaliation do you expect? Because they cast the first stone. What do you think
But Alex Jones said it best. Like now someone's going to try on Biden, and that's how it goes, right?
You think so? I highly doubt it. I think he almost would want to match that. It would help him out. Ironically, it would probably help his case, but I don't think that we're going to see anything unless if it's something against Biden. That one I think would be staged because this happened first.
Let's word it like this: if there's another stolen election,
then what do you think is happening?
well, remember the riots and the burning down the cities. We'll just see that at a bigger scale this time, and then they bring in the Coast Guard and do another lockdown that's going to be a militant style lockdown. Like, remember, we were all prepared with COVID with the lockdowns, and now it's like a threat to our democracy lockdown. Now it's going to be worse. So yeah.
Why is domestic terrorism being ruled out? I'm not saying that, but I don't think. Also, we should probably discourage that. That's we don't want that at all. We don't. They're going to try to look for that. That's what CNN's pushing. Is that there's Trump is saying fight, fight, fight. They're going to want some sort of retaliation to try to undermine the movement.
And really, it's like, why are we thinking like this is like Sneeko? You're talking like it's.
I'll jump back in.
Yeah, Sneeko, you're talking like this is done. You know, they tried, and now it's all red wave. But what's stopping them from trying again and again and again? Like Alex Jones is convinced there's going to be many more attempts.
I mean, would it be good if they really wanted January 6th part 2? That was probably that was one of the strongest weak points against Trump. Alex Jones is convinced that what's going to happen.
That there'll be many more attempts on Biden and Trump's head now. He's like convinced. He's live right now going crazy on it.
What's he saying? I
don't know where he goes live on. I saw him on a little Twitter clip, and he's convinced. He's like, this is it, America. And yeah, maybe he's right. Like, why would they stop with one attempt? You know?
So what is he insinuating, that this is 1776 part 2?
Yeah, he says like it's begun, you know. And my prediction was like in a month we'll see flames and riots and stuff, but now it could be within this week. I got the assassination attempt on the dot, on the same month, correct? And now it's like, yeah, I can't see things like in your world, Sneeko, there's gonna be less energy on these attempts. No way, man. Why the try once? They have all the powers in the world working for them. They're gonna try many more times. That's why everyone's like, yo, Trump's going to the UFC thing. He's so based. And I'm like, do we really want that? Do we want him out in public getting shot at? I don't. I think that's just crazy.
Jackson Hinkle wants to be added. Let me add him to the call. I often forget. He came on stream one time, but I forgot he lives in Miami. I gotta add him.
Yeah, you missed out. We had some beers and cigars. And dude, he's a great guy. He brought back all of my clothes I left when I was his roommate 2 years ago. Like, I don't know why he kept, but he's a great person, man.
You guys are roommates?
Yeah. When him and I used to be at 1,000 viewers, he used to be at 100 viewers, and we'd go to UCLA, just trolling UCLA with signs like all these offensive signs.
Yeah, I remember that was one of the first videos I saw from you when you came on stream. Was someone tried to throw a coffee at you and then you threw it back?
Yeah.
Okay, I just friended him.
Many men.
I started stream playing that. I started stream off like that.
And Trump is that
Yeah, it's pretty much
blood
guaranteed.
on my eyes, dog. I can't see.
He got hit like I got hit, but he ain't breathing.
Yeah. He's so hard, man. This is the greatest grandpa to ever live.
You often forget, like, even when he's doing that BLM fist, you forget that guy. Nigga's 78 years old.
Yeah, that Regeneron, man.
Okay, I just added Jackson.
This stuff for the communists. Are we doing hats? Should I bring my hat?
I don't have my hat with me.
Zherka's trying to show off his new haircut.
Jackson, what's going on, man?
Not much, not much. How are you?
I'm good. It's a little bit shocked by the news, but I've been covering everything for a few hours. What's your? I haven't seen your tweets yet. I've been looking up at everybody so far. What's your overall opinion?
Overall opinion is they're doing this because he's the only guy. I mean, obviously, this notion of the lone shooter, I think, is a bit ridiculous. I think they're doing this because World War III is on the horizon. It's quickly approaching, and Donald Trump is the only one who's even posing some sort of a threat to this agenda of World War III, total annihilation of the human race, and even if it's not World War III, even if it's just a continuation of the war, there's not just hundreds of billions of dollars wrapped up in the continuation and escalation of what's happening. I mean, it's trillions and trillions of dollars between all of the, the. By the way, are we on YouTube? Who's streaming right now? Are we on YouTube?
We're on Rumble. You could say whatever words you want to use.
I saw Myron messaged me. I wasn't sure if you were with him.
No, he's not on the call right now, but you're fine.
No, I mean, like it's trillions of dollars with all the mineral wealth that's being tapped into in Ukraine, the resources, the land, the rebuilding. It's trillions and trillions of dollars alone. It's already hundreds of billions of dollars in this money laundering scheme. But the ultimate goal of these people, the banksters, the military-industrial complex, is depopulation. They love Thomas Malthus. They're all big fans of the London School of Economics, and they want a world where there's only going to be like 500,000 people living on it. That's why they give everyone the jabs. Big Pharma wins there. That's why they do this stuff with World War III. And Donald Trump isn't even like a massive threat to the agenda, but he's a percentage of a threat. I don't know what percentage, but some sort of a threat. And he doesn't like war. He wants peace. And maybe he's fooled by some people and he'll be manipulated by some people. But more often, or often enough, he actually challenges the agenda, and that's why they want to kill him.
I think Myron's back in here. He doesn't know. He's a bit of a boomer with the camera. He doesn't know how to add it. But okay, we got the panel over here with the boys. Myron, can you hear? You good?
I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, everything's good. But just try to turn it to camera. Just all you got to do is disable it in OBS and then turn it on Discord.
All right, hold on. Let me try. I tried this, man. It didn't work.
I have two cameras for this reason. I have a webcam for Discord and then a camera for the stream.
Yeah. See, you got cameras, man. Or this.
Hey, there you go.
I'm on. Okay.
All right, Jackson, have you looked into some more things are coming out right now? This guy, Matt Wallace, just tweeted. Some people are saying it's Maxwell. It's the Maxwell thing is still going on right now. But, I mean, maybe it's a different dude.
To be honest,
yeah,
I'd like to hear especially Myron's thoughts on this. But I think that in the next few days, everyone's going to be so focused on who this kid was, how much of a soy boy he was, like his whatever groups he was affiliated with. But we all know it doesn't really matter because he wasn't the one that he didn't just do this on his own. You know, these sorts of operations are never just one person. They never act alone. And we'll probably never really know the truth. We can only just speculate. But when the media is going to focus so much on this kid, and that's the whole agenda, is to just, I guess, try to obfuscate the truth as to why they're actually doing this.
Do you actually think that the media is going to focus on them that much? It doesn't seem like it's in their favor. If you look at the trans shooter, who they never released a manifesto of, the media did a good job of trying to hide it. Especially if you look at the FBI and the Pennsylvania police response, it looks like they were trying their best to try to avoid speaking about the shooter. And even CNN hasn't spoken about the shooter at all. They keep saying like Trump got shot, Trump is injured. I don't think that they want to give that. It doesn't really benefit them to talk about this guy.
I guess I mean like a real journalist, and I don't consider myself a journalist. I just host the show, political commentator. But like a real journalist, if you had the assets of the New York Times behind you, right, might be looking into the connections between this kid, his private, family life, what they might say about whether or not he had any sort of contact with federal agencies, whether or not he was being influenced by certain nefarious dark web groups or something. You'd be looking into the nitty ditty details that no one else at CNN today is actually going to look into. I think they're going to do a surface level analysis of who he is and leave it at that.
More people are calling me, but I'm going to stay in this call. Myron, what other any more predictions? What do you think is going to be the next step from the media?
Well, we already know right now that they're doing a search warrant at his house. That got confirmed by the Mug Club guy trying to go over there to that address, and they already had the whole place cordoned off. So they're either A, already at the house searching it, or B, they're securing a warrant right now as we speak with a federal magistrate to go ahead and get in there. So yeah, they're searching the house right now. They're collecting evidence. We know who the guy is. I would say probably before tomorrow we'll know what this guy's background is and everything else, how people are already pulling his graduation video. So we're going to know everything about this guy within the next 24 to 48 hours, I would say. Definitely.
Yeah, I know this is a serious thing, but Jackson, doesn't the shooter kind of look like the guy who threw water on us?
He does at UCLA. They all look the same.
Yeah, they all these liberals, they don't trust these long-haired men with glasses, man. Don't be around them. They're all. I mean, I'm surprised that he snapped and learned how to use the gun, right? But these guys are all dangerous, right?
That's what I'm saying, though. It's like Lee Harvey Oswald. Everyone was, it was obviously multiple shooters, but the fact that he had the capacity to even potentially shoot the gun that well was rebutted by a lot of people. They're like, "There's no way he could."
Yeah, it wasn't Oswald.
But he was training with the CIA and stuff like that. So, you look at this kid and he looks like a nerd, but how did he, if he did shoot that, how did he get to be such a good shot? Maybe we should ask those questions.
I mean, not that good of a shot, clearly.
Oh, come on. He's talking about a nerd learning how to use a rifle. He's clearly an MK Ultra. Am I crazy? This guy's a MK Ultra mind zombie.
Yeah, I want to figure out his Discord logs and what FBI agent was chatting with him. Myron, have you shot an AR-15? How hard is it to hit a target from 400 yards with an iron sight with an AR-15?
With an iron sight, it would suck. You can do it though. You can absolutely do it. They're pretty accurate guns, but with the iron sight, I mean, he didn't even have a red dot. Goddamn, bro, it's 2024.
Why didn't he get a scope at the very least?
If he looked like Zherka, if he looked like Zherka, I'd say, his aim is as good as Shaq on the free throw line. But looking at that kid, I'm like, nah, that's a pretty good shot for that soy boy.
Yeah, that was impressive.
You got to give him credit. That's true. Was anybody relieved a little bit that I was a soy boy? I was really hoping that I wasn't an Arab guy. As soon as I heard the news, I'm like, please don't be a Chinese guy. Ryan Dawson put out a rumor for a bit that it was the Chinese dude. And I'm gonna have to be Dominican again. I'm glad that it wasn't a black dude because then I was gonna create more racial divide. The fact that it's a soy boy is a white soy boy specifically is the perfect target to not mess up the movement and also to not start any racial war.
Yeah, no, he looked like a Twitch moderator.
He looked like a Twitch streamer. Jackson, you agree with Zherka's take? Zherka thinks that he somewhat agrees with Alex Jones that things are going to get worse. They're going to start heating up and there's going to be civil war type protests outside. Do you think it's going to get that bad?
I mean, we were literally, regardless of what anyone thinks happened today, we were a fraction of an inch away from civil war. I mean,
We're
I was over
one
to
Chinese penis away from nuclear war. All right.
we I was I was over at Zherka's musty hotel.
You met my
Uh,
worst.
What's that?
You met
Yeah, you
my
for sure got
sister.
I got out of there. You for sure got diseases with him. But no, I was sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, if that was a fraction of an inch right here to where we're sitting right now, we'd be watching a civil war already taking place. I think that they're going to do more. I mean, I think that they never stop at one. That's the thing. It's like, look at Nicolas Maduro, look at Fidel Castro. Again, regardless of what you think about those guys, they were targets of the deep state. Fidel had like 100+ assassination attempts that he survived. I mean, they did the most ridiculous things. He was an avid like scuba diver or snorkeler. So they actually tried to put a bomb inside of a giant shell at the bottom of the ocean in Cuba. So when he would go down to dive for it, that it would explode in his face. Like they'll keep trying. This was pretty out in the open. Maybe they'll do something quieter next time.
Yeah.
What are the possibilities that it's Mossad or that it's some sort of foreign agent who tried to? Is that a possibility, y'all, or is it as simple as it just being a crazed soy boy?
Oh, I don't think it was a crazy soy boy. I think there was definitely some MK Ultra going on. I don't think it was Mossad. I think Zion Dawn is safe from that, but especially with all the big donations he's been getting from the Zionists recently.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, Trump is like the number one impediment to the World War III. World War III is not happening in Gaza. Maybe if Iran, Lebanon, like if everyone gets involved, but World War III is the closest to tipping off between Russia and Ukraine. I mean, I just got back from Donbass. I was on the front line, and I went to the Zaporozhye nuclear power plant, which is the largest power plant in Europe. Russia controls it. But when I was there, I saw American missiles stuck halfway in the ground, just 100 feet away from where they store all of the nuclear waste. Like we are so close to World War III, and if you have the wrong guy in office, it's going to make it 1,000 times worse.
What is MK Ultra exactly? How specific is that? Because like original MK Ultra was giving people LSD, was trying to brainwash them and keeping their eyes open. Can MK Ultra be as simple as a federal agent messaging and convincing somebody through Discord chats to go and take medication, and giving them ideas? Is MK Ultra direct, or can it be more subtle?
It always comes from a trauma or a crack in the psyche. So basically, when these soy boys are experiencing the highest level of trauma, they enter a dissociative state, which they could be programmed in. And in that dissociative state, they can get a phone call, and the phone call can say, go shoot it up. And then in that trauma, they hear their tormentor, and they get triggered to do it. Now, usually for MK Ultra, they get cracked at a young age, and they've been doing this since like ancient times. But they started with like soldiers of like, as they're in a dissociative state, because the psyche can't handle the trauma it's seeing as a child, it actually goes to a happy place, and in that happy place, they can make you do anything, right? That's where but the interesting part is, did this happen to this guy as a young man, and then they came to claim him decades later? Well, a lot of the conspiracy guys say that, yeah, there's so many sleeper cell agents that can be activated with just one phone call.
Myron, did you experience anybody under like this sort of hypnosis or this sort of mind control?
No, not like this. I mean, when I was on a job, I was going after mostly, Mexican cartel people, drug trafficking, human smuggling, firearms, that type of shit. So I wasn't really dealing with assassination attempts. I mean, this is something that happens only a couple of times in American history.
Right, but I'm saying, like, when would you go so far as to claim somebody is mentally ill or somebody has been, completely been brainwashed by something? Like, how many of the people were you arresting could you consider mentally insane?
That's for the judge to decide. Judges are the ones really that can see if the defendant can stand trial, and they're when you plead insanity or whatever it may be, it's something that's a lot of crooks do. They try to plead insanity, but, to try to make themselves, because it's one of the few defenses for a lot of criminal prosecution. But yeah.
Okay, so it's that's what they're going to try to plead to get less prison time. But obviously, this guy doesn't really have a choice.
Yeah, he's gone. Like so.
Yeah.
Now, what's weird is the ladder. There's like his ladder was just out in the open. They just let him climb the ladder to that roof. Was that kind of weird?
Why did they? Has anyone discussed the fact? Like, I see the video where the Secret Service sniper is like looks like he's locked in, and then he doesn't fire till the kid fired.
Yeah.
That was weird.
That was really weird.
Yeah, he jolts after he saw the shot. Like he looks like he's aiming directly there. The shot goes, and then he moves his gun a little bit and then shoots. So it's like there's no way he didn't already see him. He was looking directly in that line of fire.
Like I'm no expert in Secret Service stuff, but I feel like if I saw someone on the roof where they're not supposed to be with a gun, a red flag.
No, Jackson, you don't have experience to talk on this, okay? Listen, sometimes people just chill on roofs with rifles. Like, this happens. Yeah, this whole thing is so fishy, man. This whole thing is so fishy.
The ladder I saw, because it wasn't in Google Maps pictures, people looked at the area and they can't see it. So it seems like it must have been added probably that day or the day before.
We got to really ask ourselves, what if this is just Trump's plan to get a single? Many men.
I think it was a pellet.
Many men. He got hit like I got hit, but he ain't fucking free. Hey, my gun in the chat. Let's go.
The first thing Zherka said when I came over, he said that was a crazy shot for a pellet gun, right?
Yo, stop it. But Jackson, my chat keeps calling me like CIA, bro. You can't. I mean, it nibbled his ear, right?
I don't know. It looked like a pretty small hole for.
Yeah, for a 50 cal. No, how much was? Did anyone know the bullet size?
I think it was a 223.
Myron, am I being a conspiracy theorist, or is that like, wouldn't it do more damage?
What, 223?
Yeah, on the ear.
No, I mean, if that bullet had struck, man, he would have been gone. Like the whole side of his head would have blown
Well,
up.
it didn't go directly through his ear; it grazed his ear.
It grazed him. But if he like actually got hit, like, dude, yeah, you would have seen brain matter all over. I mean, if the person that got shot that actually got killed, like his brain matter was all over the place. The surgeon, there was a doctor that was there on the scene that even said it.
Yeah, and it is crazy for the conspiracy guys, the guys that go extra far. It is crazy for them to say, "Oh, it's a pellet gun." Because think about it, even if it was an orchestrated pellet gun, what kind of president would want to risk getting blinded in the eye by a metal pellet? No one risks that. So it's clearly it's a real deal, right?
Did they have any photos of the? I heard there was a bystander that got killed, maybe, and one that got shot. Were there any photos of that? Or is that just a story?
There's a photo of the blood on the bleachers. I don't think they have a photo of the body. And if not, maybe it's not appropriate to show that. But one person is in the hospital, the other one's dead, confirmed.
Flew him out immediately. I don't even know. I mean, people probably did grab video and pictures, but yeah, they flew the body out immediately. Like the doctor gave him CPR, the body got out of there immediately because they thought that they could potentially save him.
Yeah.
Now, what's weird is this wasn't the most populated area. You know, like it wasn't. If this guy got that, he had that opportunity this easily, you imagine in a really, really populated area, it's going to be a little too easy to hit Trump. You know what I mean? If the Secret Service can't do a field, another grassy knoll situation, it seems like, bro, Trump shouldn't be going to no UFC arenas.
Well, he wanted to go to UFC, but they clearly told him going to see. They brought him somewhere secure. The same thing with Biden. That's why Biden had to end his weekend trip. Obviously Secret Service probably went on like red alert and they're like, nope, nobody's moving anywhere. We're gonna assess the situation. They locked down Trump Tower in New York. Even they're on full security mode right now.
How long do you think it's gonna last?
At least the next 48 to 72 hours. It's gonna be on super high security.
That's not that bad. But
Yeah.
who are you doing security Secret Service detail for?
It was,
Da, 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 da.
it was an African country, man. I'm trying to remember what country it was.
Are you allowed to say, Myron? No, you're not.
This was years ago. This is 2017. And this was at the UN, so it's fine. It's not classified or anything like that.
Wow, we are never beating those allegations, man. Myron is really upset.
I was back in the day.
Yeah, but you didn't tell us Secret Service too, and with the United Nations,
That's
you
kind of,
got Jordan Peterson's whole background, bro.
I know, man. I mean, dude, it's common. It's very common for Secret Service to use HSI agents to to help them with protection details, because Secret Service is understaffed significantly.
Yeah,
So
but Myron, you know the biggest conspiracy around you is that you're a Fed still working for them who opened up just to infiltrate the red pill space. You know that one?
Of course. Then yeah, I just demonetized myself as a part of the investigation.
You got burn notice.
Yeah, I banned myself on Instagram and demonetized myself for all the idiots that say I'm a Fed working. Like, people are so stupid sometimes.
Did you see?
I don't know. You did Secret Service, bro. Now I don't know about those people.
It's common, dude. Like, if you work for HSI, Homeland Security, you're gonna end up doing a Secret Service detail at some point, and the reason why is because they don't have enough agents to cover these political rallies. In 2016, like, half the agency was on loan to Secret Service, pretty much doing details because they just don't have enough agents.
Dude, I could see in your eyes how much you miss this kind of work.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. It was a good time. Obviously this is more financially beneficial, but working for the government was fun, man. It was a great career. It turned me into the man I am today, man. Like, I thank God that I kind of started with a real job before, like, just going right into social media, because a lot of social media people are stupid, as you guys know. You guys have met a lot of these people. They're idiots. They're weirdos.
Did you see Trump's Truth Social response?
Yeah, I did.
I got this shared up here. This was obviously, it must have been seen by like his whole team here. I'm wondering what you think the strategy is behind this. Is immediately he thanked the Secret Service. He extended the condolences and all this stuff. He said, you talked about the people that were injured. It's an incredible act that such an act can take place in our country. Political statement here, right? Nothing is known about the shooter who is now dead. See, there's no way this part is true. There was immediately things that must have been known about the shooter. I'm confused. I'm trying to figure out why he said that. And then he talks about hearing the whizzing sound. All this makes sense. You could see his reaction in the video. Much bleeding took place, so then I realized what was happening. God bless America. Overall, like, a good response. I don't think there's anything to complain here, but I do think that they're going to try to cover up as much as possible about this shooter. They don't want to. It seems like they really don't want us to know anything about him. We'll see in the upcoming days, though. I'm curious to see what the motivations are. That's what I'm most curious about right now.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be political. Yeah, this is who I protected. This guy, guys. This is who I protected when I was on the job. Dennis, Tezo, and Gueso.
Do you have a link?
I got it up on my screen right now. Maybe see if I can share it with y'all. Let me see if I could share.
You can send me the link. I can put it up on screen.
I'll come back here. Girl, misses.
Bro,
Thanks, Nico.
pause.
Many men. Many.
So, are you guys
sketch over there?
getting off here in a little bit? Unless you guys are still going to keep going.
Yeah. We'll get on. If you have the link, we can close off on that.
There you go.
Hey, one in the chat if this is the new podcast team.
Oh, this is the guy who did Secret Service detail for.
Yeah, that's who. Yeah, the president of Congo. Yep, Congolese president.
Are we all in the
Myron?
same city right now?
Myron, you worked with a black guy?
Yeah, I thought you were a white supremacist.
Yeah, I thought Fresh was the only one.
Very funny.
Dennis Sassou Nguesso.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very black.
What's
Mike,
funny?
you outdone yourself.
He kind of looks like you and Fresh combined.
But yeah. But anyway, yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna sign off because I've been on for 5.5 hours now, covering this whole thing. So
Yeah, Myron's lazy. All right, I'll continue. I'm gonna continue cooking.
yeah, okay, bro. We stream more than you do, motherfucker.
Okay, I've been live for 6.5 hours. I'm like that.
Yeah, well, you stream only like a couple of times a week.
That's not true. I'm a daily streamer. Jackson, do you have any closing thoughts? It's good to have you on again. It's been a while since you've been on stream.
It has
It has been a while. It has been a while. No, it's good to be back. We should actually all run a show together in person. We're here. I'm here for one more week.
Where you go? Are you actually going to go to the front lines of Gaza?
No, I went to the front lines of Russia.
Okay, so where are you going next week?
Venezuela for the presidential elections.
Is it true that they're using the currency as toilet paper?
No. The currency is much better now. The situation stabilized. Biden was begging them for oil, and Maduro told him to off, and now it's much better now. But
You can't talk shit about Venezuela to a communist, bro.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
bro, you're in Miami. You're gonna get sniped as you dox yourself by some Venezuelan immigrant. All right, you guys.
Let's do a panel in person. Yeah,
or something.
let's do that.
When do you guys want to? You guys want to do it like Friday?
Right. So what about Sunday? Oh, today's Sunday.
Yeah, today's technically Sunday.
We can do. Do you have a guest on Monday or no?
I don't. We're gonna do Monday, but we can do a show if you guys want. Whatever you guys want to do. I think the people would want to see that.
Let's do it.
I'm free on Monday.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Zherka,
Is John
Alright.
glitching or okay? He's good. All right. Be safe.
all right. See you guys.
Assalamu alaikum. Peace out.